Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers review. Today, thanks to the guys over at Kapowtoys, I get a nice little early look at the first offering from the guys at Toys Alliance. This is their absolutely massive 18 inches plus rendition of Optimus Prime. You may have seen my preview up on the Kapowtoys YouTube channel. I love this. It is humongous. Diving straight in there with a scale comparison, here he is with the oversized MP-P10 and our regular masterpiece offering from Hasbro in the form of the MP-10. It's not until you get Prime in hand you realise just how impressive he is. He looks phenomenal. Toys Alliance have taken a more stylised approach when it comes to the sculpt and the paint, giving him this really nice dark metallic red. It's nice, it's something different. It's not trying to be a straight up G1 Optimus Prime. Personally, I really like the huge Autobot logo on this shoulder and these really chunky smokestacks. Now, it is worth noting throughout this video, this is an early pre-production sample, so the likes of the paint applications and the joint stiffness may differ. Now, although I don't have the correct batteries, Prime does have light up eyes and a light up matrix of leadership. Now, as much as I like the light up features, I maybe would have preferred brightly painted eyes, because when we have dark eyes like this with the light up feature without the lights, Prime's eyes do look a little dead. Now, of course, one of the biggest setbacks with this piece is the fact that it doesn't transform. The fandom itself is very divided when it comes to action figure Transformers. Now, on paper, every single Transformer is an action figure, but Transformers have kind of developed their own genre where they have to transform to be classified as a Transformer. What are your thoughts? I personally love when the companies do give us action figures like this, where we have such a high level of detailing and articulation. I don't necessarily need my Transformers to actually change from one mode to another. Sometimes I'm just happy to have them in a very gorgeous bot mode. As you can see, Prime's legs are very, very chunky. They have those really nice gas tanks along the side there. We have really nice silver painted sections on the thighs. We have a great level of movement on the hip skirts, and I love those translucent sections of yellow there. That's very reminiscent of Masterpiece Prime. Giving him a slender waist with his metallic grille six-pack. I mean, there's no denying that that's obviously Optimus Prime. In my personal opinion, it's always a good thing when your giant action figures can pull off a superhero landing. The articulation on Prime is absolutely outstanding. It is one of the biggest selling points for this figure. I have very rarely come across a figure of this size that allows you to move and pose him as if he was a 6-inch Marvel Legends figure. Let's quickly cover the levels of articulation. Now, the head can look up and down. I mean, that is a fantastic downward motion. We can go left and right. It's a little bit creaky at the moment. The neck itself is also on an additional hinge, so that can look upwards, and then you can look up additionally with the head. Much the same as the MP-10, we do have the ability to slide these joints in and out on the shoulders. The arms are on a butterfly joint, so they can go forwards and backwards. We can bring them in and out. We can go all the way around on a lovely soft ratchet. We have an upper bicep rotation. We have not one, but two joints at the elbow. The hands are on wrist rockers, which have a ball jointed mount. The hands can pivot. The fingers have 1, 2, 3 points of articulation and are also on balls, so we can separate the fingers individually. And the thumb itself is also ball mounted with 3 points. Again, this is a little bit loose on here, but that will be rectified for the final product. Prime's chest can move up and down on a very nice ab rocker. We also have a full rotation with absolutely no hindrance whatsoever. Each leg has 3 hip skirts, which allow the leg to go this far forwards, that far back. They're very heavy and weighty legs, but the joints do hold. They can come out to the side. There is also an upper thigh rotation coming around to the knee. We have not 1, but 2 joints on the knee. Again, Vangelis would be pleased. We have a disappearing knee joint, and from the front, when we bend the knee, we get this whole additional section become visible. The feet can move up and down. They do pivot quite nicely. Now, unfortunately, the feet themselves don't rotate left to right. Now, we do get the rotation in the thigh, but I would have liked either a rotation point in the knee or perhaps in the foot itself. The wheels at the back do, in fact, roll. What type of Prime would Optimus be if he didn't have his rifle? Even the rifle supply comes in around 8.5 inches. And my wife assures me that is big. You've got some really nice silver, just the odd little highlighted accents. I think it does make all the difference. And I'll prove to you that this is a special super duper early edition because we still have residue of sticky tack on there, or blue tack as we call it here in the UK. It was on display at TF Nation where it was being held for 2 days, and they just put a little bit on there extra to help with the support. Now I've been displaying it without this, and it does peg nicely into the hand. It's not the tightest of fits, hence the reason they use the sticky tack, but it definitely does fit nonetheless. I would like an LED to be fitted inside the gun. I don't know if that's possible, which is such a huge rifle, you'd think there would be one. Now, bearing in mind, this is actually a licensed product. Hasbro has been involved with the production of this piece. I would kind of liken his plastic consistency to the likes of the Fort Max and Metroplex, albeit his joints are much better and he can actually hold a pose. He can hold his own legs up, which is something my Metroplex never could. Now, the plastic may even be a little bit better than that. It does feel somewhat thicker, more robust and a sturdier piece, but I don't really have anything that Hasbro have ever done that I can really liken it to. It's definitely a step up from their MP10. It's just that consistency there is, it's fantastic. I hope you've found this video useful. I really do like this figure. Gripes aside, I'm not too convinced by the eyes. Maybe they should be painted. Maybe we should have some swivel on those feet or the knees, just to add a little bit more say human approach to his stance. He has a very good clicking range between ratchets, so you don't have to have the legs close together and then hugely apart. That's one of my biggest gripes with figures today. You can have a figure there, the first click is there, you want something around there, and this guy has that. You can get him in very natural poses. I love that abdominal crunch. That's something the likes of Kapowtoys have been including in a lot of their products, and it does make such a difference when you are posing a figure, because I absolutely love posing these guys. I love putting my action figures and toys into some really dynamic poses. I may even see if I can get a huge flight stand or something for when I get this. If you do like this, please pay the good guys at Kapow a visit. I've included the link in the description below. Now, I've also done a photo gallery of this guy, just showing off his ability to strike a pose. You can check that out over on my Facebook page or by clicking the information bar up here and visiting benscollectables.com. Thanks again to guys at Kapow for letting me have a quick early review of this, and until next time, from myself and the massive MAS-01 Optimus Prime, thanks for watching, goodbye.